Hey everyone, it's Victoria, and I hope you're all doing well. But I'd like to talk about something that people don't really talk about or even notice that's happening. I am all too familiar with anxiety in my life. I've had it since I can't even remember how long. I would fear things that weren't even happening. I would fear things just because I had to fear them. I think that eating meat was a big contributor to that because I was eating the animal's fear. I know that now. I didn't know that back then. I see a very big difference in my levels of anxiety of when I was a child and a teen and then thereafter. Poignant times where I know, and now I'm familiar with when it's rising, and I know how to handle it a lot better than I used to. I used to eat like crazy when I had anxiety. A stressful time for me was when my dad died in 1990. He went on a business trip and died there. And to me, anytime someone I love goes on a trip, I used to have a freak out session in my head, but now I surrender. I really do surrender much more to whatever happens, happens. I can't control it, so there's nothing that I can do, and might as well just keep living my life, use it as an opportunity to focus on where I'm at right now, and it's just one of those things where you have to learn how to deal with it. I think exercise helped me in a big way, so getting off the animal products and exercise, getting oxygen to my brain, moving my body, taking away stress. I'm noticing stretching also helps me a lot. That's my active meditation. Some people like to meditate and just sit and be. I also like to do that when I'm waking up in the morning. I just lay in bed and just think of nothing. Literally nothing is happening in my brain. I just stare at a focal point, and that's my meditation. And I wait for my body to wake up, and I wait for my energy levels to get up. And that to me is very rewarding. It's very satisfying to feel like I am in a healthy state of mind. To get to a healthy state of mind, though, you need a brain that works and doesn't get glitchy. It doesn't glitch out every single time something arises that could give you anxiety. In the wake of the terrorist attacks, all too familiar to me, I'll notice my breath is a lot heavier, like I'm trying to get more air. I'm noticing that I've taken total notes of what I am going through, and I used to eat. I used to try to fill a void by eating. I used to gain about 30 to 40 pounds just from anxiety alone. Right after 9/11 in New York, I was in New Jersey, and I had just given birth 2 weeks before that, and I had a baby. My oldest son was 1 year old, so they were a year apart, and it was just me, and my husband was in New York at the time, and the anxiety level was so high. It was the highest I think I've ever experienced in my life. I kept eating, and at that time I didn't know about health. I was eating ice cream that was low fat, and I put on 40 pounds, and it's the heaviest weight I've ever been. I was heavier after giving birth than I was pregnant. It was destructive. I felt lethargic. I had all these problems. I had bigger problems than when I started before 9/11. So I had bigger problems eating so badly that I had I had phlegm in here, and I couldn't get it out, and I had like bad vision. My eyesight got better after I got healthier. I couldn't hear as well. I had these problems that just weren't going away, and I had to be a mom. And I was only 32 years old. So I had all these problems and all this weight and all this disease, riddling through my body, and I just didn't know how to get rid of it. And now I know I would run a little bit, but you know how hard it is to run when you're 40 pounds overweight? It's horrible. I mean, even when I'm 5 pounds overweight, now it's even hard for me to run the way I used to run. I used to feel so much lighter on my feet because when you gain weight, even 5 pounds is a lot more weight on your feet, on your body. It takes a toll. So 9/11 was a big, big, big one. I finally learned to surrender and I started getting healthy. I went on Dr. Furman's plan. I actually was friends with Dr. Joel Furman at the time, and he even put my face on my before and after pictures on his website, on his front page of his website at the time. I was gobbling up books of health. I just needed to know more and more and more and more, and that's what got the ball rolling for me. Now, as I mentioned, exercise. Oh my God, it's so huge. It gives you such clarity to move your body and have oxygen pumping, and just walk. Brisk walking helps. Anything that you're moving your body in. I mean, if you want to use play, if you just want to play and play tag with your kids, whatever it is, just get out there and move your body. Stay indoors. Today it rained like crazy. I couldn't go for my run. The streets were all flooded, so I opted for my stepper. I have a stepper. I use it with weights. I like doing that also. I like switching things up. I don't just like running anymore. I can't swim. That's another anxiety that I have now, because there was a shark attack in front of my house. It was a tiger shark. It's no joke. It took off someone's feet. I just happened to go to New York that day, and it was like a fluke that I went to New York. My husband called me up the night before and told me to get on a plane, and I listened. Like, that never would have happened. It all worked out. But I went in the ocean, not by where I live, because of the shark. I'm like freaked out by it. It really freaked me out, because I was in that exact same spot every single day. Could have been me. This guy took one for the team. I mean, I just feel so sorry for him. That's also another thing. When I have empathy like that, I feel so sorry for him that it gives me anxiety as well. But I write in my journal now, my grateful journal. I truly count my blessings. I really do surrender a lot more. I know that it's definitely important to recognize it. If you don't recognize it, then it just manifests in your body as something else. You'll start getting like an eye twitch. Something else will happen. It will start becoming poison in your body. You really have to recognize it and then take care of business, you know? Like, just really breathe more. Breathing helps so much. I laugh when I say that, because I used to laugh when people told me to breathe. What do you mean breathe? I'm always breathing. Now I want to breathe more because you said that. There you go. But really breathing in, you just recognize your breath and know that you're still here. You're living. I also get a lot of comfort knowing that my dad is in a better place. I feel he guides me everywhere. It sounds corny, I know, but it just really resonates with me, knowing that I feel like I'm being guided, and I feel like he has more power up there than he ever did here on earth. So I don't know if any of this helps you, but meat products, bad news. My anxiety used to riddle me. It used to wake me up in the middle of the night, and I would have all these horrible negative fantasies that something was going to happen, like, oh my God, I left my kid for 1 second in the grocery store today. He could have been completely like kidnapped, or what else would I say? And I would be up for hours after that. Hours. Yeah, this took over my life. Oh my God, I could have dropped my baby today. I tripped a little bit, and she would have broken her skull. And I had all these negative fantasies happening to me. I noticed I was a lot calmer after I took out the animal products. Maybe it's karma. I don't know. But all I know is that I had this anxiety, and I don't have that level anymore. So something's changed. Ultra running has also given me a lot of strength. Ultra training, knowing that I can get from one place to another. Swimming 2 miles, a mile out in the ocean and back. Now that I think about it, I can't believe how calm I was. I didn't even know that there was a shark in there. But whatever, anyway. That's messed up. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to eventually swim again. I will not let that take me over. I'm going to travel. I'm going to New York soon. I have a little bit of anxiety about that, and but I'm recognizing it, and that means more exercise, more hydration, more sleep, and yeah, I say sleep like it's so easy. Of course, I lose sleep because of anxiety, but I really do tell myself before I go to sleep, nothing's happening. Everything's fine. Like even before a marathon, I wouldn't get anxiety. I gave my brother this advice when he was doing his marathon. I would say, I'm not doing the race tomorrow. I don't need to. Of course I was doing the race, but I would tell myself right before I slept, because those are the messages that go into your subconscious. That's why writing things down are also very important for me. I would just say, I'm not doing the race tomorrow. I don't have to. You're in control of this. This is the headquarters. Yeah. So I learned that the hard way, and I'm trying to share it with you. I hope it helps. Take care, everyone.